I came here in 46. I was married in 44. My husband came back in 45, and I came in 46. When I left England, there was 14 foot of snow. And when I arrived in America, it was 104 degrees. So that was my first encounter. But my husband did a very good job for me before I came to America. He had his CO talk to me and explain about low income, about working, about the language, the food, all of the changes. And then when I did finally get my visa, which is a year after my husband came back to America, I had to go into an American Army hospital. It was on Salisbury Plains. And they checked me from stem to stern. They checked my mind, they checked my body, they made sure I had all of my vaccinations and everything before they even permitted to get my foot on that boat, okay? And my father-in-law was actually, he farmed all of this land at that time. He was what was referred to as a sharecropper, I believe. He farmed it for a German immigrant by the name of Norman Willems. I picked cotton, but I did not realize that the bag is 20 feet long and you just keep stuffing that bag, right? So I did all of those things. I picked watermelons. So we did, and for our first Christmas tree, we have a sticker bush here. It's about this high and they have big thorns on like that. So my husband cut one and put it in a pot, and we got some jelly beans and stuck them on the things. I mean, we were really poor, both of us, when we first came here. So that was our first Christmas tree. So don't tell me about being poor and doing without things. I've been there, I've done that, but it makes me appreciate what we did accomplish.
Do you remember the Bracero Program?
I do. Well, this is when my husband and I first started our home. And when we started building our home, we built a house with 4 rooms. Each was 9 by 12. So I would get up in the morning and the Braceros would have come over and they would have built a fire here and they made tortillas and they would give me tortillas in the morning. They even brought me sugar. I'm assuming it was rationed during the war. So I got sugar and I got tortillas and everything. And so it was a different world. I always say if they let the people come across that want to work in the fields and that through the bridges and take ID, fingerprints, whatever it is they take in nowadays, and say, okay, how long do you think you're going to be there? Well, let's say you're going to be there for 4 months. Okay, you go, ta-ta, come back, check in. If they check in, then they can be permitted to come back. But if they don't come in, find them, pick them up, and send them back, and don't ever let them come back into America again. I did. I voted for Trump.
Right. But you also don't like what's going on with the fence.
Well, no, because how did all of those millions of illegals get into America since 2007 if that fence has been there? Right?
So you're saying
Did it solve the problem?
Right.
Of course not.
Right.
So no matter how high, as people say, Napitaliano said, they will get over, under, and through. I mean, I can have all the locks on my doors that I want, but if someone wants to get in, they're going to do that. So I had all these guys that are grown men right now. They were my Cub Scouts. So every time they have a problem, they come down to me to get it solved. And Henry, that's over there, he's got flying his flag there. He was a prisoner of war during Vietnam. He came and he said, they told me to come and talk to you. And I said, why? And he said, well, they came to me, they want to take my land. Okay. So I told him, well, you know what I told you when you were a Cub Scout? When in doubt, don't do it. You stop and think. And he said, I can't do that. And I said, why not? He said, because she told me that if I didn't sign it today, they would be back tomorrow and they would be taking my land. But she was from the Corps of Engineers, and she had with her Chente, who was a Border Patrol agent, 6 feet tall, 6 feet wide, uniform and everything, which is intimidating. And to me, that was not the right way to go about it.
So that's an eminent...
But I told them, don't ask me to sign anything. It's not going to happen.
Right.